Let us solve the exercise number 1 in the part A of Python programming line. In this exercise, we are supposed to write a program to create a list with the n elements. Then we are supposed to find all the unique elements in this particular list. What we are supposed to do is find the element that is found only once in this list and then add them to the unique list. So what is this unique list is on the elements which are not repeated in this list. So in the given list of n elements, all the elements which are not repeated, add them to the unique list. So how do we go about solving this exercise? Before I venture into that, because it's the first exercise, let me tell you what are the things that are required for you to run the Python program. First of all, you have to have the internet connection, or if your friend has already downloaded, get it from your friend. Go to the internet and then search for Python download. You will come to this particular place, that is python.org. Click on the download and then click on the Python, whichever version that you see, click here because the version will keep on updating, and then scroll down. As you scroll down, you will notice that the appropriate version of the Windows. First check which version of Windows you are running. If you are running a Windows 64-bit version, then install the 64-bit. If it is a very old machine, then you may be probably running Windows 32-bit. Today, this 32-bit machines are not available. If you have brought a machine recently, then most probably it is a 64-bit machine. Download it, and after downloading, double click on it, it will start installing it. My advice is to add this, select this option, that is when you install it, select this one, add python.ext to the path, this option. And again, advisable that you go with the custom installation. Click on this one for custom installation, select everything over here and then click next, 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 and do it. Okay, so I assume that you're going to do that thing and the Python is installed. After that, you may have to restart the system. I will quit this installation because I've already done it. Then you just type cmd here. So cmd or command here, open the command prompt and then type Python. If the Python is in the path, this is what you're going to see, Python, the version, whichever version you are using. Okay, I've already installed it, so I will not retry it. So I'm going to press Ctrl Z to quit this one. So this is working. After that, you don't need anything else to run the Python. Just type here IDLE. So this word IDLE, type this word. Where is this thing on? Okay, IDLE. And you will see this IDLE. Let me try it one more time. IDLE and press enter. You'll get this IDLE, and in this case, in this thing, you just click on the file and select a new file. New file. You get the Python. You start typing the code. I assume that assume that I've typed the code. Once you type the code, click on the file and click on the save option here, and go to the appropriate location, in particular whichever your teacher has told you, go to that location and then save the file. I'm going to just save it as sample3 here. You can type it with any name. You don't need to type .py because it will automatically add .py as an extension. Once it is saved, click on the run over here and then click on the run module. So click on the run and then click on the run module. It will start executing the program. I have not explained what the program is doing, but assume that the program is working. And let me type something over here and you get the output. If your program has an error, suppose I'm going to purposely induce some error over here, and I'm going to just save it. Control S to save it. You know very well. This is a shortcut. Okay. Run it. When you run it, you will get some error message, and see what is the error message and make proper correction to the program. Control S to save it, and then again run the code. And if everything is proper, you will see the output there. So this is how you can run the program. But my advice is to use VS Code for executing Python. So it is better option you use the Visual Code here. And how do you do that is just Google for VS Code or Visual Studio Code download. you will come to this website, code.visualstudio.com, and click on this download. And if you don't know which version of Windows you are using, just click here. If it is a Windows 10 and 11, definitely you click here. Automatically the installer will determine whether you have the 32-bit or 64-bit version, and it will automatically do the needful things. Once the Windows has been downloaded, Visual Studio has been downloaded, double click on it and click next, 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 and it will get installed. And you will see an icon here on the desktop. Double click on it, and this is what you see. Generally, what you see here is, I'll go to the preference and I'm going to show you. The first time when you open it, it will open it in the dark mode. This is what you see, but I will not show it in the dark theme. I will change my themes to lighter theme, because when I'm recording the video, if the background is very dark, you will not be able to see what is being typed here. Okay? So this is what you generally see over here. You must understand one thing with the Visual Studio Code is that Visual Studio Code is just an IDE, just an editor. You, to get the best out of it, you need to go for the lot of extensions which are available over here. So if you click on this one, you get a lot of extension which are already installed, or which you can install it here. You definitely have to have an internet connection over here. Now, before we go to the extension, let's see how we can create a Python program in here. First thing you must understand with the Visual Studio is that you save everything in a particular folder. So let me assume that this is your D drive, and in your D drive, let me just say this is a second BCA Python. Okay, this is the folder, and I want to save everything in this folder. So it is in the D drive. Assume that it is D or K or whichever drive. First click on file and go to that folder. So you just go here, file and open folder. So click on file, open folder, and go to the, let's say, go to this one and select the folder. Go to the D drive, G drive, whatever drive you have. Select the folder and then go here and say select folder. Okay. So select the folder, and when you select the folder for the first time, only for the first time, Visual Studio may tell you that do you want to trust this particular folder, because anything can be there in that thing. Bad code may be also there, some viruses code may be also there, but you know that it is a blank one. You just say I trust the authors. That's it. And you notice that you have the location that is being shown over here. So whenever you click on this one, the first option over here, you will see that it's going to show you which location the files exist. Okay, it will just tell you where is it. That is only the name. And here you can create a new file. The first option is to create a new file. The second option is to create a new folder. Okay, I'm going to create a new file here. So you just keep the cursor, you will notice the mouse pointer here, you will get the tooltip there. So if I click on this one, it will just show you like this, and you will notice that where it is going to save it. So I'm going to just say a1.py. Okay, you have to put the extension here. If it is a VS Code, you put the extension there. That is first exercise, a1 exercise.py. And then press enter. The minute you press the enter, you will notice here at the bottom side, the VS Code will tell you that you need a plugin for doing that. You can just click on that plugin and then you can install it. So this is from the Microsoft itself, Microsoft Python language extension, that is for the VS Code. It is better you install it from here itself. Definitely you need to have internet connection. Automatically it will not install. Suppose if you miss that thing, so for some reason, you can go here for an extension and then click on this extension over here and then search for Python. Just search for Python and you get the options over here, Python extension. Okay, you just click on this Python extension and it will tell you the Python extension, and there is a huge download. So you notice that 154 millions of downloads has been done. It is a trustworthy and given by the Microsoft itself. Extension is a good extension. Just click on this install and see to it that you go for the auto update. Suppose if you are online, it will automatically update it. It will take some time for it to just install that thing. I will pause the video and I will come back to. So once it has completed its installation, this is what you're going to see. And if you click on this thing over here, the language support, if you just look the one that you already installed, it is going to say installed. Uninstalled means already installed and you are going to remove this one. You may also go with the Microsoft debugging tool, okay, debugger extension for debugging the Python program. It's already installed in your machine. You don't need to do anything. Also, you have the pylons and other things. Apart from this, you need one other extension, and that is the general extension that you generally need for almost all of them, and that is Code Runner. Just search for Code Runner. Okay, so this is the one extension that will help you. It will show you a play button here, okay, and you can run the code directly from there. Okay. So this is the one code runner. You search for it and you see this code runner. Okay. So you get this code runner over here. You can use this one or the other one. Okay. Whichever you want, you install the code runner. Just click on the code runner and then click install. It will install the code runner. Okay. For you. Okay, that's done. It may take some time. Okay, installed and it is done. Now let me assume that I've typed the code, okay, and Control S to save it. And you see once the code runner is installed, you see this play button here, or you can right click and then say run the code. So when you run this code, this is what you are going to see. Okay, I'm going to remove this. See if it is coming on your way, just click here and it will collapse. If you click again, it will come back. Click once, it will come back. Click again, it will collapse. You don't need anything. Now, one thing you will notice here is that here when you try to enter the number, it won't take anything here. So when you run it, it won't do, take anything. Yeah, the reason for it is it is not running in terminal. So what you need to do here is you have to go to this file and then go to the preference and go to the settings over here, and here just say code runner, okay, and the colon, okay, execute in run in terminal. Somewhere you'll see that thing, okay, run in terminal. Okay, just search for terminal otherwise. Okay. You will notice a lot of options which are coming over here, preserve for and so on, okay, enable e and so on. You will notice one thing, run in terminal, this option you have to select. By default it is not selected. Okay, so run in terminal, you just type code runner and term, that's it, colon term. It will show you over here. Just select this one, you don't need to do anything. Select this, that's it, you need to do. Okay, then close it, come back to your code and then run it. So this time it is this code is already running. Okay, so I'm going to just terminate this code over here. Okay, let me, because this code is already running, I'm going to just click on this stop the code. Here you can notice this stop code is there. So I'm going to just stop this one because you cannot get the output. Okay, so now if you run it, because you said run it in the terminal, this time you will notice that it is running in terminal. It is running in terminal, not in the output window, which is read only. Again, you can change that thing to the writable, but I will run it in the terminal. So if I type the number here too, same thing in the previous case what I've been doing it, you get the output here. So this is what you're going to see here. And let me show you this virtual keyboard, on-screen key. Okay, let me show you this shortcut. Now near the escape key, you will notice this. Where is it gone here? Okay, you will notice. I can show you. So this key, control. So near the escape, you will see this accent. Now suppose by mistake if you close this terminal, press that accent control and accent, you will get back the thing. So let me again show you the virtual keyboard here, that is on screen keyboard, and this is the key control and this key. So press remember the shortcut control and this key. It is available. The tilde key is there. It is available there. So you will get this terminal. That's a shortcut. So remember this shortcut if you are running in the VS Code. So these are the things that you need to do. Rest there is nothing much to be done. VS Code will run on its own. So from now onwards there is nothing much to be done. So let me go ahead and let me write the code. Even though the code is available to you, let me write the code for you, and let's try to solve this particular problem. The only thing that I've done now is I've just changed the font size to 18. How do you do that? Is you go here to the, where is it, preference, go to the settings and then search for the font, and in the font I just made it as 18 so that it is visible to you. And let's go ahead and let's solve this particular problem now. And that what is that we are supposed to do it in this problem is we are supposed to create a list now. So let us first create a list. So I'm going to ask the, so what is given over here is create a program that is create a list with n elements. So first of all, let me ask the user to give me that n. So I'm going to say n is equal to, so I will get the integer out of it. So and I'm going to say input, okay, and then I'm going to say enter the total number of enter total number of elements. It's a general thing that you are usually asking when you create an array. This is a general story that you ask. Okay, and I'm going to create a glist. Glist is the given list, so not this list. Okay, let me create a list here, empty list, and I'm going to fill the list with the elements. So for that, I'm going to use the for loop for I in the range that is given over here. That range is n. So from the elements, okay, let me read all the elements. So I'm going to go to this glist. Glist is my given list, which is empty now. I'm going to fill the list with the elements now. So this is the empty list, and I whatever as I run the for loop, I'm going to fill the elements into this list one after the other. So glist dot append, because I'm adding the element at the end, and I will use the input. Hope you're familiar with the input and the prompt that I'm going to ask the user is I will use the f prompt here, and I'm going to ask the user enter element number, and let me give you that because it is starting from 0. You know that range starts from 0, so I will +1. Otherwise it will come as enter the element number 0, which is definitely confusing to anybody who is reading that statement. So, and I put some spaces here so that it looks nice in the output. So I'm going to read the element. Now I am supposed to create a unique list. This is what they have said. I'm going to create a unique list. Let me say a unique list again. I will initialize the unique list as blank. This is what is asked in the question. And where is the question here? Create a unique list, okay, and then put them in the unique list. So I just take it as a u list for a unique list. I will go through all the elements. So what I've done here is when the for loop is getting executed, I fill this list with the different values. Okay, so 5 4 3 whatever it is, I fill them with the values. Now I will go through individual elements and then check how many times that element is repeated. So how do you say the element is unique? Suppose there is an element over here, let's say it is 4, and you have the next element is 5, say, okay, and you have one more element, say 6. Now all of them are unique. if the next element that you are appending here, the next element that you are trying to append here happens to be 4, then the 4 is not unique because 4 is repeated. So it is not unique. 5 and 6 are unique because they are not repeated. So you just count how many times this number is getting repeated. If the number is getting repeated, then it is not this is your given list. So this is your given list is this one. If this is if the count of number is more than 1, that means it is repeated, then ignore it. If the count is 1, for example, if you see in this list 5 is not repeated, so let's say 5 is not repeated. So 5 count of 5 in this list is only once. It is appearing only once. So in that case, transfer that 5 to the unique list here. So transfer this 5 to the unique list because 5 is not getting repeated. So you just count how many times this number is getting repeated. If it is more than 1, ignore it. Go to the next number. If the count is 1, that is one it is not getting repeated, add it to the unique list. Keep on doing it with all the elements of the list, and finally print this to the user. So let's go ahead and let's do that. So for every item, you can take it any variable name. I have just taken the variable as item. So every item in the given list, so this is my list. So you know that my list is this one. So every item in this list, what is that I'm I'm supposed to check if okay, given list, okay, that is the given list dot count how many times this is appearing. So count which item, count how many times this item is appearing. If it is appearing only once, this is what I told you. So in the given list, for example, if the 5 is count of 5 is only once, so that is what I am saying. 4 is getting repeated, 6 is getting repeated, count is only once. So if this is only once, the count is only once, then add it to the unique list. Okay, so add it to the unique list. So unique list, my name of the unique list is u list. Then I'm going to say append, adding is nothing but append this item into that list. So that is it. This is what you're supposed to do it. Okay, and press enter, and then finally print the value. So let me print, and I'm going to say print. Okay, first let's print the given list. Okay, slash what is happening, slash n given list. So I'm going to print the given list. We print the given list, and I'm going to print G list here. So this is my given list. Remember, this is my given list. So whatever item I have added to the given list, I'm just printing over here. And then I'm going to check if, first of all, see, it may so happen that the number that are given are repeating. 4 is repeating, 5 is repeating. There is no unique element at all in the list. All the elements are getting repeated. In that case, this unique list, whatever we are creating, will be completely empty. There won't be anything in that list. So if there is nothing is there in the list, then we say that none of the elements are unique. All are getting repeated. So that's what I'm going to write here. So if the length of this unique list that I've created here, this unique list, that means to say that if there is no elements are there, if this is equal to 0, what is the meaning? Length of this list is 0 means that unique list, whatever you have created, no elements are there. That means in the given list, all the items are getting repeated. So there is no unique element. In that case, I'm going to give a proper message here. And I'm going to say that there is no unique element in the list. You can say many things there, but I'm going to just say that. Okay, so else, here let me print that. Okay, so I'm going to just where is it gone? Okay, so I think this this. Okay, let's go over here. And what is that? I'm going to say list of unique elements are. You can just print, and I'm going to print the unique list. Done. Okay. So if there is if the length is 0, that means if the entire list is empty, then I'm going to say there is no unique element. Otherwise, I will print whatever the elements are there. So this is what we have done. Control yes to save it as usual. Right click and just run the code, or you can run the code from here. I'm going to run the code. There is also keyboard shortcut. Just run the code and it is going to tell you here. See, when you come to this point, you notice there is a line over here. Okay, you notice here. So get the pointer over here. You see double-headed arrow. You can drag it up and down. Okay. So let me type the value. I'm going to just create 5 elements over here. So total number of element is 5. The first element is 10. Second element is 20. Third element is 30. Now 10 is getting repeated, so it is not unique. 20 is getting repeated, so it is not unique. So if I press enter, you will notice that given list is, so you notice, let me just show you here. Given list, so this is what it is showing. Given list. So this one, given list is this one, and because there is unique elements are there, so then I'm going to say a list of unique elements, and I'm going to say that only 30 is a unique element because 20 is getting repeated and 10 is also getting repeated. Again, I very quickly I'm going to run it one more time. So right click and run it one more time, and I'm going to say let's say let's say four elements, and let's say none of them, so 10 is repeating, 20 is repeating, 20 is repeating, so there is no unique element, and you will get that there is no unique element in the list. So this is it. You're supposed to do it. That's all in this exercise. Thank you for your interest. We will meet again in the other exercise. Thank you.